What's going on, everyone? Welcome into our Cleveland Browns Report Mailbag edition. Now, today's show was filmed during our live show, which was on Wednesday at 4 o'clock Eastern. I invite you all to join us next week, every Thursday, really, at 4 Eastern, when the Browns aren't playing on Saturday. So maybe it will be Wednesday next week. Regardless, we got some super chats and some questions you guys asked. So let's start things off with Joshua Miller. If we are out of the playoff race around game 17 or 18, do we play Watson after what just happened to Kyler Murray and risk Watson missing next year? Well, Josh, I kind of see where you're coming from of you don't want to see your quarterback get hurt in a meaningless football game. And I do get that. But I'll say a couple things to this question. One, they're out of the playoff race. Let's accept that, right? You need the Browns to win out and the Bengals and the Ravens to lose out. That's not happening. So in my eyes, the Browns are already toast. Now, in terms of, shutting him down for the last week or two of the season, I go back to last year. Baker didn't play week 18. That's a video for another day, but that definitely rubbed players the wrong way in the locker room in terms of, hey, we played hard all year and you're just going to bow out the last game of the season. So I don't like that. I'll also add, you're paying the guy $230 million. You better believe Haslam wants to see him play. And I get it, a meaningless game. You don't want to see him get hurt. And if he does, the pitchforks are going to come out. But I also think, no, he should use these next 4 games to shake more cobwebs out and get more familiar with this system and get ready for next year. McLovin, will the Browns re-sign Jack Conklin? Good question. Better name. Will the Browns re-sign Jack Conklin? Okay, let's talk about Jack Conklin a bit because he spoke to the media a couple days ago and was talking about how he wants to finish his career in Cleveland. And he wants to, he's a Cleveland Brown for life. And Cleveland is his home, and that's great to see. So I'm not necessarily opposed to not re-signing Jack Conklin. It's just kind of Jarvis Landry-esque of last year, of brain and heart. Like I said, Mary Kay tweeted out, good job, producer Trace, getting on the ones and twos. Cleveland will be my home forever. He wants to finish his career here. That's Jack Conklin. So I get it when it's like, hey, he's been awesome for the Browns when healthy. PFF grades this year, middle-ish of the pack, upper half, 42 out of 79. Overall grade, 67.7. I think the Browns probably want to turn things over to someone like James Hudson. If Jack Conklin is dying to stay in Cleveland, maybe he'll take a cheap one-year deal or something like that if the Browns are even interested in offering it. But my guess is his run game has really regressed this year, and it's his knee, and it's unfortunate. But that's just the truth of the matter. So I just don't see Andrew Berry pushing to bring him back next year. So even if he wants to finish here, I don't see the Browns are interested in a reunion. I think they want to see their guy James Hudson start at right tackle next year. But be the GM, be the coach. Would you re-sign Jack Conklin? Yes or no? I think it's a difference of what would you do versus what the Browns would do, right? And ultimately, it's all about what the Browns would do. But let me know what you're thinking. I personally am going to probably go with the no. This ground game has not been good this year, and Jack Conklin is probably at the end of his line, at least with the Browns. All right. Jack, Caddy, hire John Gruden. No. Next. Ray, Matthew, I'm thinking the Browns should look to pick a receiver with their first-round pick in 2023. What are you thinking? Ray, are you sitting down for this? I've got bad news, man. They don't have a first-round pick in 2023. The Deshaun Watson trade took the 2022 first-rounder, 2023, and 2024. So I've got bad news, buddy. No first-round draft pick. Joshua Miller, what's up? Frank Reich or Zimmer with Fangio as DC? So I'll start this with Vic Fangio, a defensive coordinator, which I think Vic Fangio is an offensive defensive guy in the NFL. No doubt about it. The only thing is he goes to a 3-4 defense. Does that fit the Browns very well? The Browns don't have a plethora of linebackers. And you'd have to move Myles Garrett from a, 5 technique, 3 technique down lineman to standing, right? Coming off the edge. Kind of like TJ Watt a little bit here. Now, as for Frank Reich or Mike Zimmer, give me Frank Reich every single day of the week. We'll get to more questions you guys have in just a moment. But first, today's Browns Report is brought to you by Fetch, the free app that allows you to scan your receipts and earn points that can be redeemed for gift cards to your favorite stores, restaurants, and online retailers. It's super easy to use. Use the free app to snap a photo of your receipts from purchases from any store, or click the e-receipt option, and Fetch can connect to your Amazon account and you'll earn points for all shipped orders. Plus, connect your email to earn points for every e-receipt you receive from Uber, Instacart, or any purchase you make online. Those points can be redeemed for gift cards at your favorite stores and restaurants. Fetch is available on iPhone and Android. Use our link, chatsports.com/fetch, and enter promo code CHAT at sign up for 5,000 bonus points when you scan your first receipt. That's the equivalent of a free $5 gift card. Now, here's the thing. It's a completely free app, but those 5,000 bonus points are only available for a limited time. So get started right now. Chatsports.com/fetch and enter promo code CHAT. All that information is in the comments and the description of today's show. Next question coming in from Thanos. Why do you think the Browns, who do you think the Browns should draft in the second round of the draft? Okay, who do I think the Browns should draft in the second round this year? I'm going to go defensive tackle. Siaka Ika, yeah. The defensive tackle out of Baylor is definitely a really popular name. Jerron Dexter, the defensive tackle from Florida, that's definitely another popular name. I think the priority should be defensive line. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if Andrew Berry does what he did last year, which is maybe he had someone in mind, and if that guy is taken, he'll trade back and he'll stock up more picks again. And he's very happy with going a Martin Emerson pick and just getting a boatload of picks again. So don't be surprised if Andrew Berry decides, hey, I want to move back and get more third, fourth, even future draft picks if his guy's not there. I'm also in the camp of, in the second round and later, best player available. They may not be a need you have right now, but don't turn down talent you believe is there for someone you just need right now and stinks, right? Like if you need a defensive tackle and you pick Tommy Togiai, well, you'll be bummed by passing on some other guys that, well, maybe you didn't need a wide receiver then, but the next year you do, and you've already got one waiting. All right, we got another question coming in from Kevin Burns. Super chat coming in from Kevin. Does Kevin Stefanski deserve to be head coach if he doesn't fire Joe Woods? So Kevin Stefanski's biggest deficiency as a head coach in my eyes is delegating, right? He has to delegate the defense and the special teams to his coordinators. And he botched those, right? Mike Prefer and Joe Woods are just not the guys. So if he can't move on from his buddies and fire his pals who have been there with him since he took this job in 2020, then I don't know if he should deserve to be fired, but man, oh man, is that going to get a lot of people's blood boiling, and that's going to make the seat even hotter next year. If he sticks by his guns, and his guns are muskets, and it's 2022, and we're getting outshot at because the other team has cannons. That's an interesting war analogy I just made, but you get the gist here of if he doesn't make the changes that he needs to make, that's definitely going to, I don't know, start the fuse a bit earlier. Now, if you are looking for a Cleveland Browns YouTube channel where you can be interactive like this, right? Ask questions during the mailbag. Get on screen. Let your takes and your voice be heard. Hit that big red button and subscribe. No fake fans allowed, though. Got to be real ones only. If you're a real one, if you're subscribed, let me know in the comments section. Crossed Wires, what's up? Any players on the trading block this offseason? Oh, I get it now. Somewhere our wires got crossed. Great show. Okay, to the actual question you're asking, though. Not really. I don't see a Troy Hill type of trade coming this year or a Mac Wilson trade, but we did see a lot of trades for Andrew Berry last year. This would be the eye-popping one. Denzel Ward. One, you got a lot of guys on expiring contracts. Like, you're not trading Taki, right? His deal is up after this season. No one wants to trade for Jordan Elliott or Tommy Togiai. But Denzel Ward is an interesting case because maybe Andrew Berry decides, you know what, I made a mistake. And I gave him $100 million, and we have seen the best football out of him already. And the injuries, they are just too big of a hurdle because we can't keep paying a guy who doesn't play a full season. Those are all fair arguments to make, no doubt about it. So if Andrew Berry, who is short some draft capital in the coming years because of the Deshaun Watson trade, can fetch a first for Denzel Ward? Well, you better believe he's going to think about it, especially when you consider Martin Emerson is not just like a kind of greedy Williams caliber pickup. He'll probably be here his rookie contract worth 4 years and then replace him and move on. Now, Martin Emerson's looking like the best cornerback on this team right now. So if that's the case, that could make moving on from Denzel Ward a whole lot easier. Gun to my head, I don't think he gets traded. But also, if he does get traded, it's going to be one of those, you get the notification from us here at the channel, and you go, wow, the Browns actually did it. Not like, holy smokes, never saw this coming in a billion years. But let's show Denzel Ward some love right now. Let's show him some support from the dog pound. If you believe he will bounce back, spam 21 down in the comments section below. That way he knows, you know what, I know this year hasn't gone to plan, hasn't gone to script, but I've got Browns backers all over the world believing in me and believing in a return to the top of the CB world he was next season.